Welcome everyone, Sir Heroscape here today, coming at you with another installment of ranking Heroscape Age of Annihilation, Necrotech Wraithriders. Before we jump into that though, a couple announcements or reminders. Again, remember that we're doing subscriber giveaways at 3,500 subscribers and 4,000 subscribers. So we're trying to get to 4,000, but we're going to have a midway 3,500. We're at 3,350, so 150 more subscribers, and we're going to have a ton of stuff on the giveaway. Again, link in the description and at the end of this video. If you missed the announcement, get over there, comment, and subscribe, because subscribers obviously are going to help get us to that goal, and then if you comment, then you're going to be entered in the giveaway. For those of you that missed it as well, yesterday was the announcement of Wave 3 for 2025. Rising Tides is now for pre-order. Again, that's a ton of new army expansions, terrain packs. They announced both the February release and the April release for 2025. So if you missed that, go and see my recent live stream where I covered those details and my reactions to that. Really cool designs. Get excited. Heroscape is alive and well. For those of you that already plan on buying Heroscape, by all means, please use the Sir Heroscape affiliate link as a way to support the channel. If you already plan on buying it, that's been amazing for those of you that have done that and supported the channel that way, and really appreciate that. So I think that's it for announcements. So let's get into reviewing the Wraithriders. All right, Necrotech Wraithriders, they follow Revna. We've got Iceneck Unique Squad, so there's only 3 figures, and that's it. That's all you're getting. Marauders, Wild, Medium 5. So they don't have any synergies. Well, so they do have synergies with AOA, but I was thinking classic-wise. Marauder, I don't think, and Wild don't synergize with other things. But naturally they do bond with Viceroy, and we'll review him at a later date. And they do will likely have other synergies in the Iceneck faction in time. But right now, as is, no synergies outside of Viceroy. We have Chain Grab 9, which is the same as the what's it called, the Dro Chain Fighter. I guess I should cover the stats. So their stat block, they're a 2 life unique squad. Again, that seems to be AOA's cool, pushing the boundary of new design spaces, multiple life squad. So you've got 2 for those guys, 8 move, which is crazy fast, 3 attack, 3 defense for 90 points. So based off that stat block, I think that's decent, 90 points. So it's 30 points per figure. It's 15 points per life, which is actually really, really good. If you think of like some of the cheapest squad figures, like, the Death Reavers are 10 points per figure. The Nagrubs are 10 points per figure. They're 30 points for 3 figures. This is technically 30 points per figure, but 15 points per life. Again, that's relevant, right? Because your normal common squads only have 1 life, right? So good value, just off the bat, good value with the stat block. Rolling movement is kind of a negative ability. There's not many negative abilities in Heroscape, but when they do, when there is a design space, no, someone's at the front door. When there is a design space with negative abilities, usually they're quite thematic, and they also help just change the way the game's played a little bit, and it makes it a little more interesting. And so with Necrotechs, not being able to climb over 2 levels is very, very thematic with the way that their design is, being on balls and such. Balls can't really climb, cliffs or whatnot. Now, in a competitive Heroscape, that's usually not going to be a problem, right? Most of the time, you're not going to have issues with that. Most maps don't have super steep cliffs because it's just not very balanced. In bigger maps, obviously, that will be more impactful. But in those scenarios, Chain Grab is very relevant. And that's what's so cool about the design is, yeah, you have this negative ability, but you can work around it where instead of having to climb a cliff, you just chain those guys down and to next to you and attack them. So I really, really like that. Chain Grab is very thematic, really cool, and it's on a squad, so you get 3 chances. So you can do 3 separate figures or get 3 chances at 1 figure and try and gank them. And so just off the stat block and abilities, I think these guys are good. In fact, I think they're good enough that I'm going to drop them in the A- category. A- category for me is really they're consistently draftable in most formats and scenarios. And I think that's these guys. For 90 points, you can draft them for your last 90 points in pretty much any format. In a draft format, they're a great counter draft to units. In a normal competitive format, they kind of act as pseudo range in a way, because their movement is 8 and they can chain grab for 3, so their effective range is 11, right? And then if you add any other bonuses like a movement glyph or the road bonus, or heck, if you have Vicerat's bonus, I mean, you can just do a lot. And so being able to run in from 8 spaces away and chain grab figures, and you can just get a lot of value. Specifically, as a shark unit, as an attack unit where you've already established your main force, and then they sit behind a screen and target key figures. Or you are doing other things and they're still in the start zone, and then you blitz them out, and then in one turn you're targeting a key hero or a key figure. There's just a lot of opportunity here to get really good value in 1 or 2 turns. Like, you don't need to put a lot of order markers on these guys in a normal game to get value out of them, because they're just that good. 8 movement gets them into the battlefield, and 3 chain grab spaces pretty much can target anyone within 1 turn on a normal tournament map. And so I'm dropping these at A- because, again, I think at 90 points they're going to consistently get value, and they can be a consistent draft pick for armies where you're kind of building a core army and you just need a little oomph. You just need a little something extra, right? Like the Frost Claws, you really do need a bonder, and they're 120 points, and they have, their best situation is having a bonder and doing a few cool other things. They're kind of the core of the army. Necrotechs aren't the core of the army, right? They're an addition to an already cool army, with Vicerat kind of being the core, and we'll get to him at another time, but they can be on their own extremely valuable, right? And so I think that the Necrotech Wraithriders, even in like competitive Heroscape with commons, can and should and will be a very normal and usable pick, just because of the value that they can bring in 1 or 2 turns. 1 or 2 turns, they can fill their points and really screw up an opponent's development, an opponent's hero. If they have front lines, even if it's just common squads you're targeting, they can tie up common squads by chaining them and getting them out of position, getting them behind a back line. I mean, there's just a lot of really cool opportunity here. So A- for the Necrotech Wraithriders, dropping it in. Let me know your comments and thoughts on these guys. I love them. I've played them quite a bit now, and I just think there is so much opportunity for these guys to do some really cool things. So let me know what you think. Again, check out the subscriber goals and video, and check out the new Wave 3 announcement with all the stuff coming down the pipeline, and get those orders in for pre-orders. So thank you guys for watching. We'll see you guys next time.